Donald plays golf while the world falls apart. Just thought that was cool. Okay, about this one. Lutnick, Commerce Secretary, he's on the Sunday shows and they're talking about stuff. So watch this.
The idea that all the countries of the world can run trade surpluses with America and buy our things with us. Remember, $1.2 trillion. In 1980, we were a net investor, meaning we owned more of the rest of the world than they owned of us.
Yeah, it's a different world. It's a different market.
Now they own $18 trillion of us net. So that means the rest of the world, every year when we run a $1.2 trillion deficit, the rest of the world buys $1.2 trillion of America, and it goes up and up and up. And eventually, we're not going to own America, and we are going to be owned by the rest of the world. Imagine if we had a war and we can't build a ship, we can't fly a plane, we can't build our own planes, we don't have our own semiconductors. This is what the president is here to fix for America. It's in his hands, and he wants to fix America. This is his chance to fix America, and we need him to fix it for our children and our grandchildren.
And he says, horrible, horrible trade deficits. And I've talked about trade deficits before. Okay, so let's say Vietnam. We send $128 billion over there to buy shoes and stuff like that. Okay, they buy $12 billion of our stuff, so they have our money. Okay, that's bad. These horrible trade deficits, all these people are taking all our money, and now they're coming over and getting a piece of our country. And pretty soon we won't even have a country anymore because all these bad guys from other countries will own all our country. Then a little bit later, he says, look at how this is going to work with these wonderful tariffs coming in.
That's why trillions of dollars are coming here. The ripoff of the United States of America is over. All these companies are going to come and invest here. That's what they're doing. That's why they've committed trillions of dollars. They know this is the economy.
Mr. Secretary,
this is the place to go.
We are going to get so much investment, $15 trillion, $5 trillion, whatever the heck, they just go on and on about all these trillions of dollars of all these companies coming over here to produce products in this country. Isn't that the same thing? Toyota comes over here and builds a car factory. Do not they own a car factory over here? Don't they own a car factory? They own the land, buildings, all that sort of stuff. That's good, eh? That's good. Because they're making stuff here. But if we have a trade deficit, and that means Toyota's got more money to come invest here in a factory. And that's good. Can we put these things together somehow or other where any of this makes any sense? Because on one hand, he's saying we are sending money to these overseas countries and they're not buying our goods, so they have a lot of money to invest in our country, and that's bad. It isn't really bad, by the way. Mostly what they buy over here is stocks, bonds, treasury, stuff like that, because they're the safest ones, at least they were. So tell me how this can be bad. How can money going overseas and then coming back to this country to build a factory here, how can those two things be so different when they're the same exact thing? Somebody answer me that one, would you? That's on this one.